Oh man. Welcome to Preecaaap. Jesus, there's so many hold up a second. There's so many things wrong right now. I might have to restart this thing. Let me see. Oh, oh. All right. Finally, it's working. Yeah. My bad. I don't know what happened there.
I've been trying. I mean, all right. What time are we going on?
Page, but anyway, I got to resend it to him.
I don't know what happened to the other one, dude. I just couldn't fucking get in there.
Yeah, I don't know what happened either, but let me resend it to Real Fight Pics. Use this government name. If I use that, he might get immigrated. he might be deported. The ICE riots. The
I'm
immigration
drinking
riots.
Mexican beer in solidarity for the poor
All right,
Mexicans.
yeah. Let me. Well, I don't have Mexican beer, but let me go get one. It's just a quick second. You're on. Good morning, Jay. Yeah, a little bit of problems. There he is. All right, now we're all good. All three of us are in. All right. So yeah, sorry about the whole I don't know what happened with the first link. It wasn't working, but we're here now. So welcome to Preecaaap UFC Atlanta. So we got Kamaru Usman and Joaquin Buckley in the main event, but you know what? There's some decent fights on this card. This is not a horrible fight night card. For a free card, I like it. There's some decent names. There's a couple ex-champions on here, but there's also a lot of it's either do they still have it or are they washed up questions on a lot of these fights. You can pick pretty much, you take one side of every fight and say, are they washed up or they still have it? You know what I mean? That's the question. But let me get a beer and we'll get into this. Dave, you're going to take over with the sharing screens, right?
Oh, yep, sure, yep. Right on
All
top
right.
of it.
It's all you then. I'm going to go. I'll be right back. I'm going to get a beer.
Okay, let me get this all lined up then.
What's going on, chat? What's up, Dave? How you doing?
Not bad. How you doing, homie? How's the riots going?
Oh man, I guess a lot of 5-finger discounts happening and a little bit of a lot of bails being posted. 1 second.
I get it.
You know what? This is the ball and chain. I know we're in a tight spot, but I gotta answer, bro. I gotta satisfy this woman.
Okay, just so everyone knows, I am drinking Mexican beer tonight. This will be a Mexican beer night, just in solidarity for all the riots in Mexico. Or sorry, all the riots in California with poor little Mexicans being deported.
I was gonna buy cheese and I forgot. You know how it is with mamas. I just wanted to get out of there.
Cheese.
Everyone listened to him because he debuted himself and he's making an ass out of himself.
Mm-hmm. He's just nervous. ICE is gonna come get him. All right. Now we're back. I got the beer. Cheers, Dave.
Cheers.
All right, let's get
Hopefully
into
they deport one Mexican for every beer that I drink.
What?
Nothing?
All right. Let's throw a Molotov top cocktail right onto this fight card. Opening the fight card. You get Tapology open? You want me to share screen?
No, what? I got you. Here we go. Right. Hang on a second. Let me get this organized here. I'll go back to my whole.
All right, you get it going. I'm going to introduce it.
The
first fight, we have a female flyweight fight between Vanessa Demopoulos, known as the stripper. I don't know what her nickname is, but everyone knows her as a stripper, taking on Jamie Lynn Horth from Canada. Jamie Lynn Horth will be the bigger girl. Vanessa Demopoulos is coming in on short notice and up a weight class. She's usually a straw weight. Jamie Lynn Horth she's going to be much taller, longer reach, and just a bigger frame, everything. I don't see a way Vanessa Demopoulos can beat Jamie Lynn Horth, except for maybe striking volume and then robbery, because the judges do like Vanessa. I think she has a couple of them jotted down her little black book or something, because she's won more robbery decisions than anybody I know. I think let's look at all those. See those wins that say split. Well, not the unanimous, but every split decision. I think it was like robbery. Jin Frey, Emily Ducote. I don't know. I could have swore there's more, but yeah, I've seen her win a bunch of robbery decisions, Vanessa, just because the stripper pole thing. But I don't know. I'm just going off on a tangent there. But yeah, my pick this is Jamie Lynn Horth. However, at -600, that's ridiculous. No bet here. I'm not dog or pass. No nothing. Nada. No nada. I can't pick the inside the distance. I don't think that's going to happen because it's female flyweight fight. But yeah, I have no bet. I have no nothing except for I'm picking Jamie Lynn Horth to win. But at -600, you can't do nothing with it. So, what do you guys think of this fight?
You hit it right on the head, man. It's a freebie on this first one. I mean, I'm not paying the chalk. I don't think I'm going to really do anything with this fight at all. I don't believe I like too much. I think it's like the over-under line's like 1.5. I hate that for female fights. Like, you know, because the Horth is so much bigger, and I honestly could see her finishing the fight. So, like, it gives me a little hesitation to go ahead and take the over with that. I mean, she's a whole – I mean, like you said, Demopoulos is coming up a weight class from strawweight to flyweight. And she can get like a fluky, maybe sub, but Horth is pretty versed. And Demopoulos, you know, I don't know, you know, she has jiu-jitsu, but I'm not thinking she's like a Rodolfo Vieira type.
No. Let me just point something out. She's all pretty and everything. When she sees her opponent, when they face off, watch the smile on her face go, bam, bam, bam. I already watched these. It's awesome. Jamie Lynn Horth, complete look. She did the split. You can't see it though because camera angle. But watch the when big old Jamie comes in and they do the face off. You can see the oh shit, what did I get myself into look from Vanessa Demopoulos. Oh, I see that. I see it. All right, Dave.
I'm sorry, what?
Enough your pervy freeze frame.
Let me get the.
All right, it's in my memory banks. I'll think about it later.
Just in that pose, though. Just that pose.
Come on, Dave. Come on.
Sorry.
She did it. You know what I'm saying? That's how you get it.
I know, but she's a stripper. She's used to that.
Pregnant.
So, see how she took her shirt off when she came in? She was almost dancing, taking it off. There's Jamie Lynn. Oh, she's rough. But see her husband. Her husband happens to be the brother of ex-MMA fighter. Oh man, I can't think of his name now. But he was a ex UFC fighter back like a decade ago or something. And that's his brother. Married her, and they from what bookie beatdown with those Cody Safnick. From what he says, she fights the same style. Like presses to the cage, uses her size, and smothers the opponent with pressure and cover, like blanket coverage wrestling. Like, yeah, she's gonna be Vanessa Demopoulos is not gonna have a chance in hell set for a robbery through volume. Dave, who are you thinking?
Same thing. I mean, short notice fight, going up a weight class. Obviously, she didn't have time to cut weight. That's why she's getting there. I'm going with the horse.
Yeah, watch the face. Watch Vanessa when she realizes she's going against the stallion here.
Yeah, well, she looks like a horse.
I know. Anyways. Horse is a horse, of course. Mrs. Ed, let's go. Let's see. Watch this. Watch. Oh, Vanessa right now, she's like, oh shit. What the? Oh shit. Look at that face. Oh, and look at Horth. Look at Jamie Lynn Horth. She's like, yeah, that's right, bitch. I got a foot on you. And you're in trouble. and continue it. You could watch even after the face off. She looks like she's gonna cry. Like what the hell? Watch. Just press.
I like
play.
the dog tattoo.
Yeah, that's cute. Yeah, watch Vanessa right there. Oh man.
Where's the smile?
Yeah, exactly. What happened to that split? This doing the split stripper smile. Now it's like concern. Like, what the hell did I just do to myself? So yeah, heavy on Jamie Lynn Horth, but not minus 600 heavy.
Actually, believe it or not, Ranj,
What?
it's changed. It's minus 700 now.
Oh Jesus, even worse. So no play there at all. Nothing. No dog, no dog. It's just pass. Pass on that fight. No dog, no over, no under, it's nothing because I don't know. It's a female flyweight fight. So finishes are probably unlikely. And like I said, Vanessa might get a robbery just because she's pretty. But like Gerald Lynch said, robbery's most likely. But yeah, moving on. We're all on Jamie Lynn Horth. Let me write that down. Moving next, we have Phil Rowe taking on Ange Lusa. Ange Lusa is 10-4. Phil Rowe 10-5. This should be a pretty decent matched up fight. Let's break it out. So let's start with who's the underdog here. That would be Phil Rowe. Very close though. I wrote down plus 130 on DraftKings Sportsbook, and that's for Phil Rowe, and minus 155 for Ange Lusa. Phil Rowe's coming off back-to-back losses. He fought his doppelganger, Neil Magny. Couldn't even tell who was who on that one. Mas Cervezas Masfina. And then he lost to Jake Matthews, who is I don't think he's Jake Matthews, in my opinion, is overrated, but and Ange Lusa, the last ninja. Yeah, he's not even Japanese at all. Ange Lusa lost most recently to Gabriel Bonfim. That's not a bad loss. The Bonfim brothers are bang. They're good. He had an accidental eye poke, no contest with Brian Battle. And before that, he had some wins over not great fighters. Reese McKee's getting better. And AJ Fletcher, he's never been really that good. So, yeah, these guys are pretty evenly matched. They're 3 years. Rowe is 3 years the senior. And he got like 4 inches, I think, on top of Lusa. And reach, he's got, according to Tapology, he's got 6.5-inch reach over Lusa. However, if Dave, do you have stats up? Because I'm pretty sure Lusa, I think I heard something like his last fight that against Gabriel Bonfim maybe he had like 13 attempts and like 4 takedowns or something, 5 takedowns, which is a good thing because it means he's aggressive with the takedowns. And I think he's going to probably use that aggression, like wrestling aggression, to get his, what you got there? Jalapeno chips? Yeah. To take down his taller, longer opponent in Rowe. And I've seen, and Rowe, even his strikes aren't even that fast. They're kind of plodding and over, like you can see him coming. They're, telegraphed. And he's more of like that fight against Neil Magny was horrible. Look at Ange Lusa. Beast. Yeah, Rowe has poor takedown defense for sure. And I think Ange Lusa, if he's gonna try to take down Bonfim like 13 times and succeed like 4 or 5 of them, he's gonna do the same to Phil Rowe here. Fresh Prince. That Phil Rowe. Was his nickname, right? Fresh Prince. Yeah. Yep. Look at how much taller though he is. He's such a giant. But you know what? Doesn't matter if it's going to go to the ground. Wrestling, the more compact guy has an advantage when it comes to wrestling because you can't. It's hard to look at how the size difference is killing me though. Oh man, that's that what he looked up at. I know we're such hypocrites too because we're just making fun of Vanessa Demopoulos, and now the same situation, but dudes. we're like, who cares? But we just said the opposite for Jamie Lynn Horth and Vanessa Demopoulos. But in this situation, I think Lusa is. Dave, you have stats.
Yeah.
Thank you. I think Lusa is going to be the better, stronger wrestler. I think that's what he's going to use to win this fight over Phil Rowe. That Lusa is going to be my pick, and I probably will put it in a parlay or something. He's at Killcliff. They're pretty good camp. They're going to give him some good game planning to go out there and fight the right fight. Yeah, let's do it. Let's go. I'm going with Lusa. What are you guys thinking about this one?
Same thing. Looking at Phil Rowe, like, he's lost 2 in a row, and then he had 3 knockout wins in a row for his last, 3 wins, which is interesting. And a couple of those, I had him, and I want to say like he was losing to Price. Is that? Yeah. I want to say he was losing to Price. I don't want to say he was losing a couple of those fights too until he wasn't. I don't feel like he's aggressive enough sometimes. And he, look at the grappling matches he has read. Of course, you're going to lose to Craig Jones, and I don't really know much about grappling. Like Cody Steele, I don't know how good he is.
Yeah, he lost to Craig Jones in like a minute or something.
Yeah,
I heard.
Yeah,
right?
Craig Jones is the man, though. I know that.
Yeah, I know.
Gordon Ryan, I heard of him. So he's grappling top-notch dudes, but losing. And I don't know. I think Lusa hasn't, he's been impressive, but not impressive. I mean, he really got his ass kicked against Brian Battle, like that who's a lot taller than him, kind of has a frame like Phil Rowe. But he, didn't die when he fought Jack Della Maddalena. So is Phil Rowe going to come in? Is Phil Rowe going to come and knock him out? But honestly, here's the one thing that kind of like that swayed me, that made me make my mind up. Looking at their schedules, I feel like Aings Lusa has been fighting real competition since the beginning, and hopefully that will separate him from Phil Rowe when it comes to fighting in the cage, because Phil Rowe came out fighting cans, and that was really never the case for Lusa. He came out, he was fighting guys who had experience. So give me Ange Lusa. He's not messing around with grappling tournaments. He's been focused on MMA since the beginning, and I think that's going to show. And I'm also going to maybe put him in a parlay as well. Actually, I'm already trying here. So I'm going to put him, and then I'll talk about my other leg. It's a 2-leg that I picked. Put him in. So
okay.
Yeah, I got Lusa.
I like that. Dave?
Phil Rowe is going to have a 5-inch height advantage. I will have a 6-inch reach advantage as well to go with that. As far as striking goes, 3.65 versus 5.60. Lusa's got a better striking volume than Phil Rowe does. Strike absorbed, 4.34 versus 6.68. Negative striking ratio for both of them. Ratio is a little bit more favorable to Phil Rowe on this one. Takedown average, 0.70 versus 2.41. Obviously, if you're 5'2", you're not gonna fucking be. Yeah, you're gonna be taking people down. That's your path to victory. I don't like any of these fucking fights to go off of. They're really hard to judge as far as seeing who's going to get the edge on the ground, on the feet. I mean, obviously Phil Rowe is going to have the advantage on the feet. He's going to have the reach. His takedown defense, though, 56% versus a takedown accuracy of 38%. It's just going to be the matter of volume. Luce is going to be trying to take him down every single time. Now, the only thing I do like about this is that Phil Rowe has been working on his ground game. He's got grappling against Craig Jones, Nick Allen, which is fine. I got it.
That sea of red.
I got it. I realized he just came off of a win over Lucas De La Rua. But the whole point being is that he is spending most of his time on his ground. The one thing I'm worried about is that he will just suck the takedown and work off his back and try and get a choke of some kind because he thinks he has proper BJJ as opposed to Lusa's wrestling, which is definitely just going to dominate ground and pound and just annihilate him as soon as he gets him down. Having said that, I'm picking the dog here. I do believe he has enough to fucking stop Lusa. If you saw it in the face-offs here, he's a big boy. He's a grappling expert. He's not that much smaller than Lusa is. Lusa's very pumped up. I think tomorrow, once he packs on the weight, this is not going to be actual proper weight for Lusa, but it's going to be actual like usable weight for. Anyways, point being, I'm going against you guys.
That's fine.
I'm going for Philip Rowe plus money.
Okay. All right. Well, that's an interesting one. I'm looking at Philip Rowe's Instagram. I don't see him practicing wrestling, but maybe he will. All right, moving on. Next, we have Ricky Simone taking on short notice replacement Cameron Smotherman. Cameron Smotherman's coming in for Charles Jourdain, which would have been a much closer, much better fight, because now Ricky Simone is minus 440 favorite. And Cameron Smotherman comes back at plus 340 for the boy. And Ricky Simone should be able to walk through this kid. I feel bad for him, but hey, short notice replacement. He's the one that answered you can't say no. If UFC calls you and said, "Can you jump in on short notice to fight?" It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter what name they put there. If you say no, they probably won't call you back. That's what. So you got you know what I mean. You got it. Okay, I'll do it. Who do I got? Ricky Simone, and Ricky Simone should be able to out wrestle fuck this kid, Cameron Smotherman. He's gonna smother this kid, smother man. He's gonna get smothered, man. So anyway, yeah, I'm on Ricky Simone. I can't bet it at minus 400 because what's that say? 500. But DraftKings Sportsbook right now is minus 440, and yeah, I can't bet it for that. But my pick is Ricky Simone. What are you guys thinking?
Hey, same here, man. My pick is Ricky Simone. I feel bad if Smotherman, if he had any type of takedown defense, I would totally maybe consider it. Like, I was looking for any angle to kind of take him. Honestly, this may show how like shitty of a capper I am, but I had Smotherman to beat Loner Kavanaugh because I actually thought he looked good. You know,
Yeah, that's not a bad play though. Loner Kavanaugh was surprising.
Honestly, it was pretty close, right? I think the stats were like exactly even, except Kavanaugh had like 2 takedowns. And yeah, I'm gonna go with the wrestler here against the guy with notes. You know, there's a puncher's chance. Smotherman packs a punch. You know, it could happen. I don't like the odds. I'm not sure if there's anything I could do with Smotherman, maybe Smotherman by KO to win. I don't know. I don't think I'll be fucking with this one either. I don't really like how wide the lines are to start the card. I feel like I don't even really have any interest in the first 3 fights at all, and it's going to be not until 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time where I'm really going to sit down and start paying attention. I am looking at the Ang Lusa, and I'm getting text messages from Dave saying he's trolling. He was trying to get Ranch to argue, and he's actually picking Lusa, and he's not picking Phil Rowe. So maybe it could be part of our parlay. But I got Ricky.
Anyway, Simone. That don't bother me. I don't give a shit. Cameron Smotherman is literally a week's notice because Ricky Simone was supposed to. So you can't. That's ridiculous. You know. Yeah, he don't even have a gym listed. Come on, we're wasting enough time on this. Dave, what's your pick? Troll me. Cameron Smotherman.
I fucking hate betting for Ricky Simone, but I just got to point one thing out. Strike rate per minute, 2.98 versus 5.10. Yeah, takedown average 5.17 versus 0.00.
Mm,
I have no words for this.
yeah.
Ricky Simon by Ragdoll on all accounts. And I'll be back in a bit there, kiddies. I got to fucking pause
Yeah.
it.
What's that? A 1998 telephone?
Yeah,
All
there's
right.
a
It
dial,
is.
like
It's
a
an
ring.
old one. I think it's a
Jeez
rotary
Louise,
dial.
boy. Rich people. The
Yeah.
shit they have.
Classic.
That's like you talk on this end, and then you put the ear thing
Or,
there.
or just outdated. He is in Canada. They still got rotary phones there.
Yeah,
All
a
right.
lot of lines.
Moving on. Now we have a spot, a betting opportunity, because we've got home team Cody Durden, former Georgia State high school wrestling champion. Jose Ochoa is the up and coming prospect, I would say. He's got a record of 7-1, but he looked very good on his last outing, despite being a loss to Loner Kavanaugh. He looked really good, and Loner Kavanaugh was supposed to just walk through this kid.
Right.
He was like a minus. Oh, I forget exactly. I don't even know how to look it up, but he was a big favorite. Loner Kavanaugh was. So Jose Ochoa made a good name for himself by not getting knocked out, making it to the end as a unanimous decision. And he comes in here as a favorite.
Hey, you know what? I just realized that I said that I had the kid Smotherman. It was against Siri Seedy. I had Smotherman, not Kavanaugh, because now I knew I was wanting to talk about Kavanaugh, but it was about this fight. So,
all right, that's
sorry
all right.
about that. I just need to point that out.
Good correcting yourself.
You know.
Oh, the Ricky Simone, over or under in the Ricky Simone fight? That's tough, man. I don't know if he's gonna Ricky Simone. I think he's gonna wrestle him. I think he's gonna wrestle smother, like wrestle fuck him, and I think it's gonna go over. But I'm not betting over under, but that was on the Ricky Simone, I would say over because he's a wrestler and wrestlers always go over. All right. Rotary phones don't freeze up. Yeah, well, neither does my Samsung. But anyway, back to this. Let's I suppose I erased most shit, but I can share this screen till Dave gets back. At least share my Ochoa screen. Okay, so he's got that loss to Loner Kavanaugh. Let that one go. All right. Before he was the LFA going against the Pantoja, not the Cannibal. It's the Juicelino Pantoja. I don't even know if he's related. 5-0 though. Then he had a 4-4 guy. He had a no contest against a 2-3 guy. Illegal knee. You don't like to see that. Frank Griffo, 2-3. Look at can. Everybody's doing the can with this Jose Ochoa. Now he's going against Cody Durden, who is the at-home underdog. How is that even a thing? How is Cody Durden, the former at Georgia State wrestling champ, 2 years in a row, at home against a guy coming off a loss that has zero experience except for one fight in the UFC, taking on, Cody Durden. And look, Cody Durden, he's coming off a loss to Josh Van, but everybody saw last week Josh Van's a real deal, right? He had a performance of the night over Matt Danger Schnell with a ninja choke. He lost to Bruno Silva. All right, it happens. He lost to Tajir Ulanbekov. All right, it happens. I mean, these guys are not 2-3. These are 14-2, 13-5-2. All right, keep that in mind. He beat that white Kong, Jake Hadley. He beat Charles Energy Johnson, 10-1, 13-4. He beat Carlos Mota, 8-1. Look at how far does it go back? Okay, Chris Gutierrez, we know that name. Okay, that's where Dylan Schultz, that guy. Oh, that was okay. So 2019, he was the Army versus Marines. That's like a military promotion, obviously. So when did he come in? He came in UFC right here against Chris Gutierrez. It was a draw. But since then, look at all. He had a Muhammad Mokaev fight. Arichi Lang, that's the one he says, I'll send him back to where he came from, where he's kind of low-key racist on that one. JP Buys, everybody and their sister beat up JP Buys. But it doesn't matter. He's his. Yeah, it's a trap. It's a trap. Jose Ochoa should not be the favorite here. I'm all over Cody Durden at plus money. Yeah. Plus money. I'm a plus money junkie, and this is a good bet for me. I'm locked in solid with it. Odds are wrong sometimes, Gerald. So what are you thinking on this one?
Man, you know what? I'm so sorry, guys. I need to come prepared with notes because I need to jump back one more time and say something about the Cameron Smith and then Ricky Simone, only because Useless brought up is the 2.5. You know, what do you think is going to go over the two? So my parlay to complete the Ang Lusa, I told you there was another leg. Well, that other leg is the over 1.5 minus 175 for that Ricky Simone. So I could see why Useless is wanting to do the 2.5 because it probably plays out plus money.
1.5? Is that offered? Because he said 2.5. You're saying 1.5. I don't know what. Let me see what DraftKings says. DraftKings. Oh, I bet Portland anyway tonight too. Okay.
Portland. Oh, the hockey or what? WNBA?
Or I'm sorry.
Pacers.
Portland. I meant the Pacers. That's what I meant.
Nice. I don't know the score. Good luck.
They were. It was 40-38 when I bet them. It was a live bet. But anyway, and it's right now it's 82-76 Indiana Pacers. So I'm winning. Anyway, back to this UFC. What were we looking at? We're looking at the.
Yeah, I just wanted to let the chat.
All 2.5s. 2.5s. You can't bet the 1.5 on Ricky Simone.
I got the 1.5 on my book. What's the 2.5 odds?
Minus over 2.5 on Ricky Simone Smotherman is minus 105. Under 2.5 is minus 125. So pretty much evened. You know.
Okay.
Minus numbers either way.
Yeah.
All right.
So that completes my parlay, though. I took the over 1.5 minus 175. So I bought a little bit of juice with that.
Let me just. I'm gonna share this tab. This is
sure.
the what's it called? DraftKings Sportsbook. So look, Jamie Lee there's 13 fights total. So I allow myself. I'm gonna do a full card minus. I'm allowed 3 passes. This one is a pass because I can't bet Vanessa Demopoulos at all, and I'm not betting Jamie Lynn Horth at minus 625. Phil Rowe, Angelusa. My pick is Angelusa to win. However, man, I think I'm thinking maybe 3 plus 3.5. No, I'm going to go with my gut, Angelusa. But then Ricky Simone, I can't bet minus 440. And yeah, this one is a pass as well. Ricky Simone's going to win, but I don't want to right now put it in. I might erase it though. Now, Cody Durden, Jose Ochoa, bam, plus 145 or 154, plus 154. Okay, and then I'll continue doing that, but let me pull up since Dave might have gone forever. I don't know. So let me pull up the face-offs since I had them up earlier until Dave came and then I took them down, but I'll get them back. Was it what's he using? MMA Lab or MMA? Not MMA. Was it UFC face-offs?
Oh, like if he's using like Mac Life,
Junkie, MMA Junkie, or Mac Life.
Mac Life always has a great camera angle.
All right, so share this tab instead. You have to go through a quick commercial, and then it should come up, and I'll get right to it.
No worries, but going back to Cody Durden, right? Cody Durden and Jose Ochoa.
Yeah,
finally,
go ahead. I'm listening.
let's go for it. So I was really torn on this fight because you make some great points. Who the hell is Jose Ochoa fought, and Cody Durden's fought the who's who. There's a lot I don't like about Cody Durden though. I don't like that he's been finished 5 out of his 7 losses. He has been subbed 4 times or something like that. And I've had Cody Durden many times, and he's been winning until he's not. He hasn't been. He's getting surprisingly quickly subbed and just out of the fight. There's times where he has impressed me against Jake Hadley, but then that hasn't really aged well because Hadley wasn't even as good as I thought he was. Then he's gotten worse. So the wrestling, though, it's a clear wrestling advantage. I mean, Cody Durden, I guess he had some kind of scholarship or personal invitation to go to West Point.
For West Point. That's why he was in those military regional tournaments.
He held a record that it should be verifiable of 131 or 121 and 31. So it's definitely and he gets after it. I mean, he kind of low key blows his wad a little bit, which I don't love. Look at him right there, though. Look at him being the alpha male. I like Cody Durden. There's things to like about him. He's great on the mic.
Yeah.
I look forward to what.
I wouldn't say that, but that whole I sent him back to where he came from. Talking about
it was great, right?
It was good. It was good, I guess. Just
what I mean. He's like he's like the Kobe Covington. You know what I mean?
Kind of. Yeah. He don't care who hates him. They size up well.
They're exactly the same size according to Tapology.
There's got to be height and reach, or not height. There's got to be age difference, right?
Yeah, that's the bit. Okay, so that's what I'm saying, bro. And this is a flyweight fight, dude. And this guy's 34 years old, bro. And that's just, I'm taking that into consideration. You got Jose Ochoa, and you're right. He hasn't fought the greatest level of competition, but I'm going to say the same thing I said last time when he did fight Loner Kavanaugh. He's from Shuto Box, you know what I mean? And he kind of fights like it. And he hung in there and he did.
This is American Top Team Atlanta, not the one that we know down in Florida. This is the sister company. Just saying, it's not ATT too. Yeah, but it's not ATT Florida like the main school. If Cody Durden goes to ATT Atlanta, so I just had to point that out. Okay. Anyway, so sorry to interrupt. Go ahead, continue.
No, it's totally cool. And so Jose Ochoa, I there's one thing that he does that I like. I like his age there. And there's one thing that he does. He has dynamite power in his hands, but he switches stances. And maybe he's styling on people and he's able to switch these stances. But you could tell, I mean, some people switch stances because they got kicked in one leg too much and they can't stand. Or they switch stances because, what they're doing isn't working and they're panicking. And so they're trying something different in the middle of the fight. Then they're not sticking to the game plan. So they're switching stances. But this is something that Ochoa does. He can play basketball with both hands. He can dribble to the right and he can dribble to the left fluidly. And I don't think Cody Durden can do that. At least not as fluid. I mean, it looks really nice when Ochoa does it. He's a young guy.
Jake Hadley.
I'm sure he gained nothing but great experience from losing to Loner Kavanaugh. This is his second UFC fight. So he's already had the experience to get rid of that UFC jitter. But the line is kind of weird. And honestly, if I'm going to play this at all in any way, shape, or form, because I picked Jose Ochoa by sub, because he's, regardless of those cans, the fact that he can do an anaconda choke and that he has arm bars and that he's won by liver shot. I mean, dude is fucking dangerous, dude. Not even people who have fight cans win in different ways like that. It's always usually ground and pound, arm bar. I mean, this guy's won in different ways. Ooh. So I say he's really dangerous. I can't be so confident in Durden, being that he's been finished 5 times already, and that's not, I mean, he's had some wear and tear too. And he's 34, flyweight.
He's at the real one, because there's Dustin Poirier. He's at the real American Top Team. And
none of that's going to reverse his age. You know what I'm saying?
No, I know. But you know what? Jose Ochoa is not going to get 10 years of experience overnight either. So
that's true. That's
experience versus youth. You know what? I'll take the experience.
Okay, look, my Tapology pick. My pick for the show is Jose Ochoa, but I am making a $10 bet on Cody Durden by decision, which is plus 389 in my book. Because if he wins, I feel like he wins by decision.
You know what? I think White Kong here, Jake Hadley, wasn't he like 10 years younger too? Look at him.
Yeah, he sucks though. That's what I'm saying. But
and Jose Ochoa, he's a world beater.
This guy used to block with his elbows like it was. I thought it was cool at first, and then I realized it didn't even work. It was like a weird ass Philly show, but not.
I'm just saying, I don't think Jose Ochoa is all that either. So, yeah. All right. Anyway, if Dave comes down, we'll catch up. So you're on Ochoa?
Jose Ochoa, yeah, Ochoa for my Tapology pick. But I'm putting a bet. I'm putting money on Durden. I'm not betting anything on Ochoa. I don't think, unless I do maybe I'll put him in a parlay with Lusa or a separate parlay after that. I'll start him out. He'll be in a parlay maybe, but I'm putting Durden by decision. I'm doing a method of victory for that one, plus 389.
All right. Moving on. Next. Excuse me. We have the biggest line on the card. We got Malcolm Wellmaker taking on our boy Chris Moutinho. Chris Moutinho, known mostly for that he got that kind of an early stoppage against Sean O'Malley, where Herb Dean, because Chris Moutinho was coming at him. I know he's eating a ton of shots, like Sean O'Malley was just playing drums on his face, but he was still coming forward, and Herb Dean just stopped it. I think Herb Dean had the under 2.5 because it was like or no decision or something. He had it inside the distance for O'Malley because there's no reason that should have been stopped. And now, let's talk about Chris Moutinho a little bit. I know him he's regional scene he's from here, like my area. He's from like Northeast. I've seen him Milford, Massachusetts. All right. New England Cartel. I've seen the dude fight Don Shanis way back in the day and to a draw. Where is it? And that's when I first, right here, as an amateur. Look, Don Shanis, way back 2016, before even any of these guys were anybody, he had that draw. Okay. Then he came out, CES. That's Classic Entertainment Sports, New England regional scene. Not a very good scene, but very entertaining, though. Love it. I love it. So he's come through. And then now look, Damon Blackshear. That's you guys, you know him. He's a UFC guy. You're on mute if you're trying to say anything. But he had a win over Damon Blackshear. This is back in 2018. Came in. He lost to Tony Gravely, UFC guy. This is CES. Okay, still. He lost to Johnny Campbell. I think Johnny Campbell made it to the UFC. Okay, and here's his UFC debut. Look, fight of the night, standing TKO 4 minutes and 33 seconds of round 3, and he was coming at Sean O'Malley. Herb Dean just felt too much abuse. I don't know. It was a weird, I think it was an early stoppage. I had to go in the distance, but still, and that was big plus money to go the distance. But anyway, that's what he's known for. Then he got taken out by Guido Canetti because you get a 2-fight contract. So he went back to CES, went back, lost a grappling match, lost a boxing match in Boston. And then most recently, though, he was sick of losing, said, F that, going to combat zone, going to beat the shit out of this guy with a bulldog choke. I'm going to beat the shit out of Matheus Silva in CES, ground and pound. I'm going to choke out Jay Presley, knock out Elijah Harris, retire Johnny Campbell as a revenge fight because down here Johnny Campbell beat him right here back in 2019. Revenge on Johnny Campbell, and now he's got Malcolm Wellmaker with the biggest line of the year. Malcolm Wellmaker is minus 2,100.
We're gonna make a movie out of this guy.
Chris Moutinho comes back at plus 1,100, meaning a $10 bet on Chris Moutinho money line. If he wins, a $10 bet will earn you $110.
Yeah.
Really. That's what that means. So let's look at this opponent. Undefeated, Malcolm Wellmaker, the Machine. Now let's see. Should he be minus 2,100? Absolutely not. He shouldn't. But let's talk about him anyway. His road up through the rankings. He did have a little nice amateur career, extensive one. A lot of fights as an amateur. Made his pro debut back in 2022. It's only 3 years ago against Bum. His first real fight, and this guy is bored. I don't know who he is, Taylor Moore, but the first real winning record fight was back in 23 in conflict against Taylor Moore. Then he go Chase Boutwell. I don't know any of these guys except Cameron Saman. Cameron Saman's good. That was a performance of the night. He hooked him round 1, 2 minutes. But that's all we know about Malcolm Wellmaker. So how is he a 2,100 favorite over Chris Moutinho, who we've seen, go almost the distance with Sean O'Malley? I just don't get it. But I don't know, man. I so want to go with the dog, and you know what? He stopped dyeing his hair green because he realized it was a big fucking target for everybody aiming at him. So I just don't see the hype around Malcolm Wellmaker, and this might be a trap. It's a trap. I mean, really, I don't know. I'm staying away. I might even throw a scratch off at plus 1,100 on Chris Moutinho. What do you guys think of this fight here? Take it away.
Hey, so I would like to see what Dave's picks are that we missed, just so we stay in line.
I didn't even know
he's back, but I'm happy he's back.
I was too busy working while he was playing fuck. So now he's back. All right, Dave, who's your pick?
Every once in a while, you gotta take care of business, whatever it is.
I know. I'm fucking with him. He knows. Dave, who do you want? Cody Durden or Jose Ochoa, and why?
Durden.
Here they are. Look at Durden's.
Durden.
Gotcha.
Cody.
I didn't have to sell him. I was going to sell his state, Georgia high school state wrestling, all that shit.
Cody.
I got you.
Oh, Dave's going to get fucking ragdolled.
34. Fly away.
All right. Now.
Ragdoll.
One round and
wrestler.
Yeah.
One round.
Wrestler.
All right, now hitting the stage. There's Chris Moutinho. See, he natural hair color because everybody's making fun of his Mountain Dew colored hair before. Yeah, he knows he's the biggest underdog in history too right now. Look, do you see that face? He knows the odds are stacked against him. This is the biggest line you'll probably ever 2,100 for this guy, Wellmaker. Why?
No path to victory for the other guy. Sorry. No chance.
Moutinho?
Nope.
There's got to be something.
Nope. Slip on a banana peel.
Knockout.
Yeah, that's about it. That's what we're looking at.
Look at. I don't know. Moutinho's got a bigger skull. See, it's bigger noggin.
Damn,
but yeah, I
don't reaching for something, boy. He's got the noggin favor.
Stop slandering me or whatever whatever. Don't. What's the fuck thing called? I didn't write this. I didn't do this.
It's called perjury.
Forge. Don't forge my shit.
Forgery.
Stop. That's signing a name. Just stop being me. Anyway, yeah, so we're all on the side of the heavy favorite, but I am going to take a stab at Chris Moutinho on the side, the little $10 play for $110. No, I'm going to take the plus.
Email me your $10 and I'll take
what's the 10 plus 3.5 points? What is that? That's share this tab. Chris Moutinho plus It's plus 500. All he's got to do is not get finished and win one round. That could happen. Plus 500. I'm not doing it right now, but that might be the play. That means my $10 bet win me 50. All he's got to do is not get finished and win a round. Interesting. All right, Dave, you're going to start sharing from now on. Ready? All right, good. Move. Go ahead. Take your bong hit. Take your bong hit. Go ahead. I'll introduce the next one.
My
Move.
camera's fucked.
On. Next, we have Wellmaker. No, Ranch. I didn't say. Anyway, moving on. Next, we have Michael Chiesa taking on Court McGee. Whoo-wee. I'll tell you what. Michael Chiesa, Court McGee, these guys, remember before we started, I was saying this is like, are they washed up or they still got it in them? This is both sides. Are they washed up or they still got a win in them? That's what we got to ask ourselves when we're looking at Michael Chiesa and Court McGee. Because Court McGee is 40 years old. Michael Chiesa is 37. Michael Chiesa is coming off 2 wins, though. But one of them is against a crazy, aged-out Tony Ferguson, who's just, everybody saw his downfall. And aged-out Max Griffin. Both double-digit losses for those last opponents, all right? Now he's taking on Court McGee, who doesn't have double-digit losses, but is – oh, yeah, he does. He does have double-digit losses. He's 22-13. Jesus. But he's coming off a win against Dirty Bird Tim Means. Before that, though, he lost to Alex Morono, Matt Brown, and Jeremiah Wells. Beat Ramiz Brahimaj. Anyway, this is a spot where I think it might be, man, Chiesa, since he's been in the commentating booth, I don't think he's really putting MMA at the forefront of his time priorities. Whereas in Court McGee, this is his last. I don't know. I don't like minus 355 for Chiesa. I don't like that. I think Chiesa's going to win. But, man, do I want to take Court McGee at plus 280 because they're evenly matched. I just think the hype is too big, too loud for Chiesa. It's not warranted. I don't think he should be that much of a favorite. He'll probably win, but it should be much more closer lined. And I might even stab Court McGee at plus 3.5 points. That might be a play. I don't know. So what are you thinking?
When I realized how good of a grappler Court McGee was is when he fought Ramiz Brahimaj.
Yeah.
Because I didn't have Court McGee having a chance. I made so many jokes about him being a heroin addict and how the addiction beat him.
He didn't beat him though. He beat it, and that's give him saving grace. He didn't move to Utah. He's sober now.
That was my breakdown that week. I was just trying to be shitty. And but look at this steroid head right here.
Did you see him flexing his flex? Look at
looks better than ever. He's like the Roger Clemens, Barry Bonds of the UFC right here. He's the best old guy that they got. Never had a knockout in his life. I think he did on his maybe on the regionals, but yeah, this is actually, if you look at it, so you're taking a guy with no hands against a guy who's best. He does best against grapplers and Court McGee. And the age kind of washes out. I mean, unless, Court McGee uses Just for Men, it looks like he has a nicer, less gray of a beard, but who knows?
No, the age does kind of. They're both older. They're both 40 and 37. So that's really
guys. The handicap parking is going to be full in this fucking arena. I'm telling you, all these old guys are fucking getting handicap parking access. All right, it's going to be handicap parking full for all these fights.
Concession stand's going to run out of applesauce.
I'm telling you,
that's fucking funny. But I got Chiesa only because I feel like something weird's gonna happen. He's gonna be the first guy to sub Court McGee, but only because of Father Time, and and he's on the sauce. I mean, I feel like
They're
I'm
all on
looking.
the sauce. All of them.
I mean, it just is
You can't
benefiting
compete unless
Chiesa
you're on
more,
them.
according to my eyes. It's benefiting Chiesa more. Look at his back. Look at his pecs. I'm getting horned up over here. So
Listen. Put your half chub away. It's not that impressive, anyways. And we'll fucking talk about some stats real quick.
Thank you.
Jesus Christ. All right. I mean, Court McGee, love you dearly. Double-digit losses at the end of his career, coming in 2 inches shorter. Reaches the same. Strike landing per minute 1.81 versus 4.60. Stats are skewed. Look at the ratios, kids. Strike majority 1.6 versus 3.49. Now, where this fight's going to take place is on the ground. Takedown average 3.30 versus 1.87. Chiesa is going to ragdoll this guy down the ground. Unfortunately, he's going to outweigh him come fight night. He's going to have the size. Court McGee doesn't have that much experience on the ground. His takedown accuracy is only at 25%. Takedown defense is at 69, but it's just a matter of time before Chiesa gets to take this guy down. He does have a good enough defense to keep Court McGee away on the feet. So yeah, I'm picking Chiesa by. Unfortunately, I think it's going to be by decision. I don't think there's going to be any finish in this fight. And if you're looking at Chiesa by decision, hang on, where are we? Chiesa by decision plus 105. So that's pretty much your only path to plus money on this fight, I think. But I do see Chiesa ragdolling Court McGee for 3 rounds. Court McGee is a tough motherfucker. I don't see Chiesa knocking him out. So Court McGee is going to last it. He's going to bleed. He's going to be painful. It's going to be embarrassing on his back. Hopefully he'll put down the gloves at the end of this fight. But both of these guys should retire. Yeah, exactly. Both these guys should retire. Chiesa by decision.
I want to see. I checked out Court McGee's. He's training with Mitch Ramirez, and this is like a week ago on his Instagram. I want to check out Chiesa's sick jitsu. Unbelievable. And let's see, we got t-shirt, we got posing, we got signing autographs, we got jumping over a chair. Oh, here's a training, post-training a week ago. He's getting it in with nobody I know. At least Mitch Ramirez, I do know him, but I don't know any of these dudes. They look special. And nope, just him and him and Russell Wilson. I don't know what that has to do with anything, but yeah, that's what I'm saying. That Michael Chiesa is not even putting it in. I don't think he's like. I think he's already pretty much semi-retired. He's just doing this for a paycheck, and I don't think he's really. I'm looking, and I don't see it where you looked up Court McGee's Instagram, and the majority of his most recent photos are. Well, he's got his kid's graduation. His kid graduated high school. But then 3 down, he's already got training photos, like with his people, Mitch Ramirez and other people. And I don't know who they are, but still, he's got a bunch of training vids, whereas Michael Chiesa's got signing autographs and T-shirts and shit like that. And look at his boy, the high school graduate, getting first place Utah State champion. That like father, like son. That I like that shit. I don't see sick Michael Chiesa's sick jitsu kids, or I don't know. I'm just saying. I think I'm going with Court. I'm going to go take the underdog here, and on Tapology as well. I'm not going to t-shirt bet it or nothing, but I'm taking Court McGee. I think it's going to be a big upset. I like it. I like Court McGee's Instagram. I think they're both washed up, but I think Chiesa's more. I think Chiesa's already mentally hung it up. He got the behind the desk job anyway. Court McGee, no. I'm taking Court.
Chiesa's on a winning streak.
So what?
He beat Tony Ferguson.
Boy. Tony Ferguson. I think he came out there with a walker, didn't he? Who cares? All right. Oh, Kiesa trains in Chicago. Wouldn't know it because his Instagram shows him training nowhere. Let's see his last training photo. His one and only training photo. It says Camp Kiesa. It's a week ago. Last wrestling practice in the books today. That was a week ago. So he didn't even wrestle. He didn't even practice this week. And this was not in Chicago, I don't think. I think this was at I don't know where this is. Who knows? Because it's with people I don't know. It's definitely not Bilal Muhammad. Hey, he's definitely not one of these dudes. But anyway, so about better, that might be fake news. Moving on. Next, we've got Paul Craig taking on Rodolfo Bellato. Here's another big wide line. Rodolfo Bellato, 12-2-1, comes in at minus 410 on the good old DraftKings Sportsbook. Ridiculous. Taking on Paul Craig comes back. Paul Craig comes back at plus 320 for the guy that pulls out submissions out of his asshole in the last second against Magomed Ankalaev. Still can't get over that. But Paul Craig, as recently he's been doing shit. But he used to be that guy that you do not want to go to the ground with. If you go back and ask Jamal Hill, ask Magomed Ankalaev, and that was his thing. But everybody's wise to it. They're like, all right, Bellato is wise to it. He's gonna just knock him out probably. But if for some reason Paul Craig does not get knocked out, Rodolfo Bellato, I've seen him get popped and fall. Not saying I've seen him get knocked out, but I've seen him get dropped by who's that? Gloomy or Ihor Pateria knocked him down. Who else knocked him down? If you look at Bellato's fights, he's not been impressive. Really. He's won, but he hasn't been impressive. Let's take a quick look. I'm gonna take a quick look at what Dolphin. Oh, and their face-off was awesome because Bellato just painted his face just because he knew Paul Craig was going to paint his face. So they both came out with face paint. It was stupid, awesome. It was stupid and awesome at the same time. But Dave's going to show that in a minute. Trator, Rodolfo Bellato, Trator, 12-2-1. He's got the draw against Jimmy Crew. Ihor Paterio knocked him down. Contender Series, he had a knockout. There are a couple of these other guys knocked him down too. I can't remember exactly who, so I don't watch all these fights, but I did hear he can be chinny. Vitor Petrino knocked him down, but that was that's Vitor Petrino twice. But he's not been knocked down in wins as well for Trator. Paul Craig's the same though. Paul Craig's glass chin too. And Bellato, he's supposed to be a black belt. Paul Craig, that's his key to victory would be a submission, but I would imagine. I don't know, man. This is another spot where you have to go with the favorite, but I really want to find a way for Paul Craig to squeeze out an underdog, big plus money win. That would be fantastic for Bear Jew. I want to try to see some. Okay, he's got a triangle choke over Nikita Krylov. That was in 2022. Andre Muniz, that's a knockout. That was in 2023, performance of the night, and that's not even a submission. That's a knockout. You know what, though? It was on the ground. He was on the ground. It was a ground and pound. Yeah, ground and pound. That's right. It did go to the ground. That's when he got it. Jamal Hill, Shogun, Godzimir Antigulov. He's got so many good wins here. Kendi and Chukwu, and the wins he does get are performance of the nights because he's getting triangle chokes, real naked choke. Man, this might be another trap. That's why I wore this. This is the first shirt Dave ever got me in a t-shirt bet. No, it wasn't even a bet. He just bought it for me. It's a trap. Remember, Dave? That was when I was doing videos on the daily. But anyway, yeah. I so want to take Paul Craig. I just can't bring myself to do it. So, what are you guys thinking? Is there a shot for Paul Craig, or is Blotto just going to knock him out first round, wipe him up? That's the question I have.
I think the discrepancy, like with how wide the line is, I don't know if it's discrepancy. I think the reason the line is so wide is because Blotto's more well-rounded, right? I mean, Paul Craig, some of those wins, 2 of those wins were kind of fluky, right? You had Magomed Ankalaev, then you had Jamal Hill. You know, that one counted as a knockout.
Yeah,
you know?
he really broke his arm.
And he was like, we don't know how that fight would have went. We assume, if Jamal Hill, I mean, he earned that win though, you know what I mean? But so the one with Ankalaev though, that was crazy. That was kind of more fluky. That one shouldn't count. But I don't think that would happen to Blotto. I feel like I said that he's a little bit more well-rounded. He's kind of the new school era too. Like, I just feel like,
look at Paul Craig couldn't rip his shirt. And he said something to Sean Shelby after. He said, he's like, these shirts are tough. Look, he tried again. He could not rip the shirt. And he's after the face-offs.
Yeah.
He was embarrassing. He's like, tough shirt. He said something like that to Sean Shelby. He said he couldn't rip it. And he couldn't. You saw, I tried.
Hey, I mean, that's a good advertisement for that.
It is.
That shirt. But he's the GOAT.
And look, he's winning the face-offs too.
He always does,
the one backing down. I mean? Did you see that? Did you see Blotto was the one backing down a little bit?
Yeah,
right there, he talks about a shirt. I couldn't rip the shirt in his whatever accent.
Scottish
accent.
I want to see him. I just want to say, when he loses to Blotto, which he should, I'd love to see him fight Ion Cutelaba, and I'd love to see that face-off. That would be the ultimate. They're in the same weight class. I mean, they fought the same people. They've yet to face each other, and they're both going to be on losing, coming off a loss. I would love to see that fight.
I think Paul Craig won the face-off. Kick it back a few seconds, Dave.
He's nice.
You know what? Okay, guys, let's be honest. I can go back and see fucking every single one of Paul Craig's face-offs. He tries to fucking
and he does. He's intimidating. Right now, Blotto's a little scared, I think.
He's like, this guy don't give a shit. This guy might
beat me. He does this every face-off, and
odds are stacked. Blotto's under pressure.
He tries to intimidate. He's a Scottish fucking bully. It doesn't make a difference. He's going to go fucking down hard. It's going to be embarrassing.
No, it's not. I'm putting my fucking name right next to Paul Craig. Ranj, Paul Craig. Let's go, Paul Craig.
I really want to smoke this cigar. I really do.
So both you boys are on Blotto?
Oh, yeah.
Because he's a huge favorite?
Because he's the better mixed martial artist overall.
Yeah. Okay.
Strike plan per minute. Paul Craig, 2.52 versus 6.28. Strike absorbed, 3.03. Negative striking ratio versus 6.31. Even striking ratio. Volume, Rodolfo, all day long. On the ground. Takedown average, 1.52 versus 1.06. Okay, cool. But Rodolfo does have this fucking 100% takedown defense, which means he's never been taken down. Not once.
How many people have tried?
It doesn't matter.
Jimmy Crute.
Crute, Pajera, Tala, Patera. None of them.
None of those guys are wrestlers. But Paul Craig's not a wrestler either. I know. I'm being that's stupid. I'm taking Blotto as well. Stupid.
All right.
Thank you for coming Paul Craig wins. I'm gonna be fucking pissed. I'm gonna be pissed. Paul Craig wins. I'm gonna be like, you fucking guys.
Leave the group chat.
I will. All right. Move on. Let's move on. Another huge wide line. And this one I don't see a spot for the underdog. But next we have Alonzo Atomic Menefield. 16-5-1. Plus 490. Taking on Omar Sy. Or Sai. How do you say it? Sai or C? I don't know. I say Sai because Y is pronounced with an I, not E. So Omar Sy minus 675 for the undefeated fighter out of France, 11-0 fighter. Yeah, this is another. You can't. I'm picking the favorite. He should win, but this is another one where it's a weird trappy because Omar Sy. Let's look at him. He doesn't have the. Alonzo Menifield's fought the, cream of the crop. Omar Sy has fought Dawoon Jung and Tuko Tokos. That's it. Everybody before him is who? Is nobody, right? Luis Enrique da Silva. I mean, who? Look at all those cancellations too. That's something funny about that thing. But I think Alonzo Menifield, is he washed up or has he got another win in him? That's another one of the. I told you there's a bunch of them because he's 37 years old.
And
37 years old going against. Huh?
And he got Parkins full on this card.
Yeah, I told you. You told me. Handicap Parkins full on this card for sure. And Omar Sy, 29 years old, on the right side of 30. Alonzo Menifield. But if you open up their resumes, though, Menifield has got way better wins. He's done. Fought the who's. Azamat Mirzakhanov, Carlos Ober, both are his last losses. But he's beat Dustin Jacoby, Jimmy Crute, Misha Serkinov. Oh, that Askar Mozarov. Isn't he that guy with the fake record? I think it was that Askar Mozarov. But still, Fabio Charant, the Water Buffalo, whatever. Paul Craig. He beat Paul Craig, the performance of the night. Vinicius Moreira. I'm saying he's got some good wins against some good names. That's all. Not all that many, but he's got a few though. A lot more than Omar Sy. That's why this might be another trap line, but I think Omar Sy should. I'm confident he's going to win. I just thought I can't minus 675. You can't do nothing with that. Nothing at all. Yeah. And how do you Dawoon Jung unanimous decision? Tuko Tokos, rear naked choke. Okay, he did that correctly. But before that, who's he really beat? Another unproven guy that with a minus 675 by his name. I can't do it. But yeah, he'll be my pick, but I'm staying away. There's not even a bet anywhere on that fight. That's another pass. Pass for me, but my pick on Tapology is that guy right there, Omar Sy. You guys got anything different to say?
Oh yeah. You know what? I did a little deep dive and I wanted to see, does this guy Omar Sy, did he go to high school? Was he a wrestler in high school? Was he a child? Did he study judo when he was a child? What's his background?
What'd you learn?
And I watched an interview in French and translated it, the subtitles to English. And I learned that he played soccer his whole life. And it wasn't until after college or, when he was an adult that he got into mixed martial arts, and he didn't take it serious until he had 4 fights. And I don't know if there was 4 professional fights or amateur fights, but there were 4 cans. So he doesn't have this Brazilian jiu-jitsu background or nothing. So basically, Menifield's been having more superior training since the beginning, but Menifield is another guy. I did a deep dive on him. I wanted to see, does he have wrestling in his background? Does he have Taekwondo in his background? And the thing with Menifield is he was an arena league football player.
Yeah.
And he didn't start mixed martial arts till after football. So they both have this athletic background, but not necessarily combat sports background. And if the age was a little closer, I would be picking Menifield all day long, I would, even if I didn't see the odds and I'm just looking at these names, I'm looking at these resumes. If it wasn't for the age, I'm picking Minifield without a doubt, without even hesitating. And he's beat Dustin Jacoby, bro. Like he's beaten all types of different fighters. He's had so much more UFC experience. And this guy, Omar Sy's beat Dawoon Jung, who went and had a draw with what's his fucking face, Sam Alvey.
Smiling Sam Alvey. Yep, that was a robbery draw. He should have lost.
And,
Dawoon Jung should have lost.
And what's his name? Menifield's been taking care. He took care of Julius Walker, who was like 6-0. He's kind of, an up and comer, kind of like Umar Sy. But Umar Sy is very athletic and he has very fierce ground and pound. But is he going to get Menifield on the ground? I don't know. Maybe.
Yep.
Okay. My thing is, I'm saying it's worth a shot to bet the money line, a scratch off on Menifield. Because I could see him winning a decision. I mean, if he doesn't get him, I don't know. I got to go with a little bit of something on Menifield. Because he's got everything else besides the age is benefiting Menifield. Like the school he probably trained, the training he's gotten. I mean, what is Sy gonna? He couldn't finish Dawoon Jung, but he's going to come in here and he's going to walk over Alonzo Menifield. I just don't see it. I got to put a little something on Menifield. I think I even picked Menifield and Tapology, but I'm going to switch that. I'm going to say Sy wins because he's younger. He's more athletic.
What the fuck is this manic fucking bipolar? Did we not just?
I'm not putting any money. I'm not taking Sy minus 1,000 and putting him in anything. I'm not doing anything with this fight except for putting a scratch off on Menifield because I see the value all on Menifield here. All the values on Menifield, all of it, because it's light heavyweight where you can still be 43 and win the championship. He's only 37. He's a young man. He's a baby for the division.
Does make a point. It's not flyweight anymore. These are big boys.
So let me put a scratch off on Menifield, but I'm going to pick Sy in Tapology because
Dave, go ahead.
What you guys don't realize is Sy's got the fucking background in the takedown game, in the ground game, in the BJJ game. He's been subbing guys out on the ground all the time. We're talking about a football player versus a soccer player. Do you not see the size, reach, age advantage that Sy has? I've never been a big fan of Alonzo in any way, shape, or form. He is a football player transformed. Like, these are both athletes. Yes, Alonzo is older and has more experience. That's why he has more experience, just because he's older. It doesn't mean it's that much good experience. I got Sy ragdogging Alonzo all day long here. This is just a different class. I mean, this French monster is fucking huge, and this is just the beginning. This is going to be
he's warranted at minus 700.
No, God no. It's still going to be a slam dunk for him. The question is right now is it going to be finished within distance? And man, within distance?
No, it is not.
I don't think so either. That's my problem. Is he going to be able to sub him? I don't think so. Is he going to be able to beat him up on the ground? Yes, 100%. But Alonzo's tough. So yeah, Sy by decision is, I think, the way to go. I think Sy is a walk-off. But yeah, Sy by decision. What do we have for Sy by decision here? Sorry, guys. Sy by decision plus 220. I don't think he's going to be
Alonzo
able
by
to
decision plus 130.
Yeah, no. The bookies think that Sy's going to sub Alonzo Menifield at some point in time. I think Alonzo is going to be able to survive. So I'm picking. Yeah, I'm going. I'm going to up my odds a little bit here. Sy by decision. It's a wonderful little scratch off. Plus 220. Love those plus money odds.
Yeah, to Alonzo by decisions plus 1,200.
Yeah, not happening. No, Sy by decision.
It might happen. Don't say not. It might.
I'm just gonna do the money line for Alonzo. And
That'd be, what's that? Plus what? Plus 490. That's like plus 500. I think I might throw a stab on scratch off ticket on that as well. All right. Moving on. That was the curtain jerker to the main card. By the way, moving up the main card, we've got next fight is at 185 pounds. We have Brundage taking Mansour Abdul Malik, another stupid wide line. Mansour Abdul Malik is minus 800. Ridiculous. Against Cody. Looks like he wants to quit every time he steps in that cage. Brundage at plus 550. And man, both these guys have wrestling backgrounds. Cody Brundage wrestled in high school. Mansour Abdul Malik wrestled. They both wrestled in college, I think, too. Mansour Abdul Malik definitely wrestled in Indianapolis, like I think University of Indiana, D1 school. Cody Brundage, I forget where he wrestled, but he did wrestle, I think, in college. I'm pretty sure. And he was like an All-American too, but he doesn't translate that in his fights. Cody Brundage is like he gets lucky, man. Like that, he power slammed that one guy and won when he was losing before the power slam. There was another guy he got to win because Malkoon, he's punched him in the back of the head or something. Remember that? So Cody Brundage just gets the cheesiest wins, the cheesiest greens.
Let's see. Here we go. His last win was against Julian Marquez. No contest against Abdul Zakazam.
Yeah, no contest. Cheesy. Bo Nickel tore him up. Zach Reese, there's that slam. Fight of the night.
Lucky.
Performance of the night. That's, he got caught him lucky. Jacob Malkoon, a legal elbow to the back of the head. And then look at these guys that beat him.
Questionable.
Cedricus Dumas, he sucks. He can't even stay out of jail. He beat him. Rodolfo Vieira was out striking him. Rodolfo Vieira is a black belt hunter. He outstruck him that fight. I think he knocked him down too. Michael Olsacek, come on, these guys who's he beat? Trayshawn Gore, bum. Dolce Lungiambula, bum. And before that, who really cares? Because they're all cut. Nobody.
Zach Reese and Julian Marquez. Those are his wins.
Yeah, and those are both luck wins. Now he's taking on this undefeated hot prospect, Mansour Abdul Malik, who once again we can say, he doesn't have any experience or anything, but he's still gonna come out. You can't bet Cody Brundage. You can't do it. You can't. He doesn't have any drive. It always looks like he doesn't even want to be there. Doesn't want to be in the face. Well, actually, these weigh-ins of face-offs, he did look kind of different. He looked kind of more pumped. But he's got those sleepy eyes that just looks like he quit before he even started. You know what I mean? You get that look every time I see him in face-off stuff. Always got that that I don't want to be here. I'm just doing it for the money look. Maybe it's just his face. You know what I mean, though. Some people got that jerk face. He's got that lazy quit face, Cody.
Before we move too far on this one, let me show you the odds real quick by the method of victory. Mansour versus Cody. Minus 300 Mansour by knockout or by fucking knockout. Everything else is plus insane money. How do you think this fight's going to go here, kids? Malik by KO, 100%. Even the bookies are fucking going, there's no way this is happening in any other possible way. The only way for you to get plus money odds is by picking the round. And
he's only
round one is going to be the way to go. Cody is not winning this fight in any way.
He's only lost twice by knockout. Cody. I'm just throwing that out there. Michael Olsacek got him in round one, and then who else? William Knight got him in round one. He has two losses in round one by knockout.
Who, Cody?
Cody Brundage. Yeah, I'm looking
Yeah,
right
well,
at him.
this will be number 3.
You're probably right, but he's got 6 wins by knockout too. What the hell would you do if he ends up knocking out Mansour Abdul Malik? Imagine that. What's the plus money on that shit? It won't happen, but I don't know. He's knocked out 6 people. What if he? Yeah.
What's up, Jesus?
Yeah. What's good? Cash last week.
Was it that plus? It did? All right. That was an amazing thinking outside the box.
Or 4-legger? Did it? I didn't even pay attention.
I couldn't play on my book. I didn't make any bets. 0.
Gerald's got it.
All right.
I tried. I got.
Yeah, this would be his 3rd knockout.
Weekend.
All right. Well, we spent enough. We're all on Mansour Abdul Malik. It's just by how soon. Go ahead, then, Barry.
Yes, I am. No, I am. I just want to clarify. Mansour wrestled for University of Maryland D1 and
Maryland. That's what it was.
Cody wrestled for the University of Newberry. So
what's that?
Division
Newberry.
2.
Yeah, Newberry. Where?
I didn't even. I seen Division 2, and I just it was beneath me right there, right then and there.
Yeah. So that's what that was the only.
Look at his face already. Look at his Debbie Downer sourpuss.
I know.
Look at him.
Yeah. Already hoping he gets a lucky banana field win.
He's manifesting it.
Yeah, he was praying right there, praying for it. That's all right. Okay, moving on to another Cody Garbrandt, 14-6. New tattoo of a dagger going over his eye. I like it. Grew his hair out. I like it. Cornrowed it. Cringy, but I like it. Brought his little kid with the cornrow rolls onto the stage for his face-offs. Cringy, but I like it. Cody Garbrandt challenging Sean O'Malley again. I like it. Anyway, he's taking on Raoni Barcelos. Raoni Barcelos minus 258 favorite on DraftKings Sportsbook right now. Cody Garbrandt comes back at plus 210 for no love. And this might be another spot where the underdog, this might be the only Cody. There's 3 Codys fighting on this card. No, we all like Cody Durden. This might be another Cody that wins. Cody Brundage won't, but this one may. Which we're going to just dissect it a little bit because Raoni Barcelos is good, but is he minus 258 over a former champion good? I don't know. Cody, people forget, man. Cody Garbrandt was a champion. Who'd he beat? Dominic. Let's see the ages. 38. Barcelos, 38. Cody Garbrandt, no love, 33. Interesting fight. Interesting that the favorite, the 2-1 favorite, is almost 40 years old at bantamweight, 135-pound weight class. You don't want to be almost 40 at bantamweight. Cody Garbrandt's 33. Yeah, and look at the Tapology community has Garbrandt as well. At plus 210, I think I might have to pull that trigger too. I mean, I know he's coming off that loss to Davison Figueiredo. That was a year ago. Before that, he beat Brian Boone Kelleher and Trevor Jones. Then he had a couple losses before. Oh, he tried to go up in class, or no, tried to go down and fight Kai Kara France. That was a horrible move because he was so drained that Kai Kara France knocked him out quick because he had no energy, he had a bad weight cut. This is his true weight, 136, and I think he looked good in the face. Even though it was cringy with the corn rolls and all that shit and the new tattoo over his eye, it looked good. He looked all right. He looked fit. And now that I see that Raoni Barcelos is 5 years older on the wrong side of 35, I think I'm going to go with the plus money and take Garbrandt over Barcelos. What are you guys thinking on this one? Dave?
Well, oh shit. Well, let's be honest. Let's go over. Sorry, let's go over Barcelo's record because he is older Brazilian, so that means you can take 5 years off of his age if you really want to. But Cody is a fucking legend, chinny but legend. His last win against Peyton Talbot, which was fucking January. That wasn't fucking far ago. Peyton Talbot was the kind of the
hyped prospect.
Yeah, exactly. High prospect, ground game, and he just got fucking. Let's be honest, he got dominated on that one. Before that, he beat Christian Gutierrez, who was, I mean, that was the Mexican rise. He really hasn't shown himself to be anybody who was anything special. So that one I'm really not too impressed with. Before that, he lost to Kyler Phillips. Kyler Phillips, not that good. Let's be honest. Really not that good. He lost to Umar because he should have. Now we're going to 2022 where he beat Trevin Jones. Not a good win. Victor Henry, a loss. Like, I don't like any of his wins. I don't like the Trevin Jones win. I don't like the Christian Gutierrez win. The Peyton Talbot win. Who gives a fuck? I'm picking Cody here as well. Cody here is for my money is the younger fighter, the hungrier fighter. I love the new tattoos. I mean, okay, he lost to Davison Figueroa. You can't fucking blame that on anybody. He beat Brian Kelleher, which he should have. Knocked him out in the first round, which he should have, and he did. He beat Trevin Jones by unanimous decision. This was a couple years ago. Kai France, Rob Font, those guys were in their prime back in the day. This was a long time ago. I think he's very careful about the bouts that he picks. I don't think he's going to take 2 losses in a row again. I'm going Cody here. I think Cody should be the favorite in all aspects.
Agreed. Real fight picks. What are you thinking?
Turn my camera on. It's on?
It's on.
Oh my god. Okay, I'm sorry. I don't know if you guys see me grabbing my head right now when
I want to see you run back and jump on that white couch behind you. Go play a song on that piano, would you? Go get on that piano and jam me a tune.
I haven't played it so long.
Yeah, I'm sure.
I'm a little rusty. But listen, guys. I mean, Cody Garbrandt knocked out by TJ Dillashaw, knocked out by TJ Dillashaw, knocked out by Pedro Munoz, 3 knockouts in a row. But the man has not been knocked out in 3.5 years. And what's his name? Ronnie Barcelos. He just fought Peyton Talbot.
Yeah.
And took care of Peyton Talbot, a youngster, younger than Cody Garbrandt. But you know what, guys? I also, too, have Cody Garbrandt. I pick Cody Garbrandt as well. I'm on Cody Garbrandt 100%. There has to be a reason. I feel like if he keeps us on the feet, and I know, Ronnie Barcelos has striking, too. He's, like, really well-rounded. It shows that he has the more advantage in the striking.
Cody Garbrandt's Ohio State wrestler. He wrestled at Ohio State D1. Cody Garbrandt, just letting you know.
I forgot about that. Is that true?
That is totally true.
Ohio State. He did so good against, what's his name? He did pretty good against Dominic Cruz, right? Who has some wrestling chops.
Man. Yeah, Ohio State, not Newberry or whatever. Not Sao Paulo University or anything. It's fucking Ohio State. Yes.
Yeah, but Barcelos is Olympian, right? He was in Olympics.
Was he?
The best. Yeah.
Yeah, he was. I think he was. I think
Yeah,
yeah,
so, I
I
mean-
do. Was it for? What was it for though? Was it for wrestling?
The reason, one of the reasons is the age. It's a big 6-year difference. I mean, you got somebody who's 33, and then you got someone who's like 38 fighting at this weight class. And I know he's been looking good, but we don't really know how good Peyton Talbot is, you know. And Cody's been in there with the best in the whole world.
Look at Heoni. Let me shake your kid's hand too.
Okay.
I feel more confident with Cody Garbrandt. I honestly thought that because Tapology also has Cody Garbrandt 54% to 46%, and they have Cody Garbrandt by knockout. I thought that was like a casual take, and then I just got to thinking about it, and even the way Ronnie looks, he looks like a smoker, but he's not. He's just old, and he's fighting at like a low weight class. But you know, you never know when that age is gonna pop up. And the odds, right, are kind of crazy right here. Isn't it Cody is it like a 3-1? He's
2-1.
Is it 2-1?
Yeah, plus 210 for.
Anyways,
Cody.
I'm on Cody. I love this opportunity to take the dog right here. And honestly, I'm kind of thinking the UFC setting it up a little bit.
Did you see that picture of DC? Go back, Dan Corey.
It's a meme
In the comments of that one with the
say?
kid. It's just hilarious. Look at he's doom scrolling Cody. It's awesome. I love it. I love it. He's got a picture of the UFC PI. It's like a week ago, right there. That one.
Mm-hmm.
Look at the killers he's going with. They don't mark them out, but you can tell there's I think Alex Perez is in there.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know who the other who's that kid looks familiar, but I don't know. Could be a bunch of nobodies. Look at the guy's mustache right next to Cody. That's a killer mustache. Anyway, let's move on. You guys ready? Or Dave, you give yours.
Okay, so I'm going to fade my stats this one time. Cody Garbrandt, strike number 2.98 versus 5.11. Strike of George, 3.76 versus 4.64. So the stats would say that Ronnie's got the advantage on the feet with the volume, the striking ratio, and then on the ground, we've got 1.03 versus 2.46 advantage Ronnie as well. This is one I'm taking the stats. I'm throwing him out the fucking window. I'm going to bank on fucking his 80% takedown defense to be able to fucking stop this fucking onslaught of takedown attempts. And I'm also going to be able to, I think Cody with that defense, and I think he's improving on the feet. I think he's going to be able to stop Rioni's stand-up as well. Reach is the same. Height, a little bit advantage for Cody. I think it's a wash as far as that goes, but I do think the age is going to make a difference. So, yeah, I'm picking Cody on this one as well. I'm picking the dog. The stats do not say the same, but yeah, as far as I go, I like Cody here. I'm picking him on the money line at plus 187. A good angle to the best that I'm making tonight.
Nice. All right, so we're all in agreement with the underdog there. Capper consensus. All right.
Will not be going in parlays though. That makes sense?
What?
Doesn't go in parlays.
We'll see. Maybe. Moving on. Next, we have the feature fight of the card. We have Edmund Shabazian, 14-5, taking on Andre Petroski, 13-3. Shabazian is the slight favorite here. DraftKings Sportsbook has him at minus 142. Andre Petroski comes back at plus 120 for the blonde Andre Petroski now. He changed his hair color. And this is another spot where I think the odds are wrong. I think Petroski should be the favorite, but let me explain why. Okay, Edmund Shabazian is coming off a win against Dylan Budka. You know who else beat Dylan Budka? Andre Petroski. Okay, and Andre Petroski beat him unanimous decision where Edmund beat him by knockout. So that might come into play as in why he's more of a favorite. But before that, he lost to Gerald Meerschaert by submission. Jared, I know we call him the legend, GM3, but really that shouldn't have happened. We kind of exaggerate when we call him the legend. I love Gerald Meerschaert, but really he's not, all that. He's not going down in the hit. Well, maybe in the record books, but okay. Before that, he beat AJ Dobson. That guy's not that good. Before that, he lost to Fluffy Anthony Hernandez, as he should. I'd take Anthony Hernandez beat Edmund Shabazian 10 times out of 10. Before that, he beat Dalcha Lungiambula. I mentioned him earlier. Not that good. He's in and out. He 3 fights in the UFC and all been cut. I do believe
look
so.
at that.
What?
Sorry.
Yeah. Look at all of bang, 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 bang. He beat Marcus Perez, the Joker. And after that, lost. Even Cody Brundage beat him. Jesus. Anyway, Andre Petroski. Let's look at him. His last 5. He's coming off the three wins in a row. Rodolfo Black Belt Hunter Vieira. So this on the ground, Petroski's good. He's definitely going to win the wrestling exchange. Because Edmund Shabazian cannot wrestle. The boy cannot take it. He can't defend a takedown. That's why I can't. This is crazy that he's the favorite. Dylan Budka, unanimous decision. Okay. Josh Fremd, unanimous decision. That's a good point decision win because it went the distance, and people were doubting Petrovski's cardio because he's so muscle bound. You know who else's gas is out? Edmund Shabazian, the golden boy. He's always had cardio problems. If he don't finish the guy in the first period, you might as well hang it up and rip your ticket up. He's not winning. Then Petroski lost to Jacob Malkoum. That was when he went in for a double and knocked himself out on Jacob Malkoum's hip, right? Yeah, he went in for a double, knocked himself out. Stupid. And he got knocked out by Michel Pereira. I blame that one on bad cardio and bad weight cut, maybe. I forget, but he came in and he was not 100%. He was like weathered. You could tell he was a little bit not ready for that fight. He's no energy. Anyway, here's another spot where I got to take the plus money. I'm taking Andre Petroski. I think he's going to use his wrestling advantage over Edmund Shabazian. And Edmund Shabazian, like I said, if he doesn't get the win in the first half round, he's not going to get the win. And that's his. Yeah, it's either first round knockout for Edmund Shabazian or forget it. I'm taking, and I think Petrovski's going to be able to outlast the first round and, weather through the storm, take this fight to the end and win a decision. That's my prediction. But, punchy kicky could be a banger. It could be Edmund Shabazian just knocks him out the first round. And I could be totally wrong, but my pick's Petroski. What are you guys thinking on this one?
Man, I see things so clear right here because, I'm picking Petroski. All right, just to put it out there, I'm picking Petroski, but I don't trust him. But I don't want to miss an opportunity to bet something here. I do not trust Petroski to pick him in a parlay. I wouldn't parlay him with Cody Garbrandt, even though that would be amazing. Right, if that one cash, right? But I don't trust it. I can't do it. But I do want to play something. So I'm just gonna play Petroski by sub plus $600, and that's where I'm gonna leave it. I don't trust him because
did
plus
you see the posture when they were facing
plus 600 for Petroski by sub, and that's what I'm gonna play because
a little bit. Not to interrupt. Watch Edmund Shabazian's posture. He can't it just looks slouched, don't he? I don't know. It just looks no definition in his arms. I don't know.
He's got 1 round in him, like you
said.
Right.
Even though he's 27 years old, still super young.
Here's the thing, though. Let's say that 1 round goes by and round 2 starts. I mean, it wouldn't surprise me if Petroski runs into a hip, a thigh. He gets knocked out.
He could legit run into an uppercut or a knee too.
He gets knocked out by Edmund's hammy, on round 2. So I can't trust Petroski. I do want to play though, so I'm gonna do Petroski by sub.
I like it, Dave.
Strike rate per minute, 3.78 versus 2.89. Advantage Edmund here on the volume. Strike absorbed, 3.85. Negative striking ratio for Edmund. And he has shitty fucking accuracy and he has shitty fucking defense. Andre Petrosky, obviously, he knows what his game is. 2.65 strike absorbed. He still has a positive striking ratio, which means he has decent defense. I mean, it only says 50, but it's better than 47. And now on the ground, this is where I love this. 1.97 versus 3.38. Petrosky's heavy advantage here. Takedown accuracy, 38 versus 54. Takedown defense, 65 versus 85. Submission average, 0.5 versus 1.5. Petrosky on the ground all day fucking long. All day long. Petrosky all day long on the ground. Edmund, man, you're not that good on the feet. You're really not that good on the feet. And if you're going to get your ass kicked on the fucking ground, I can't put any money on you in any way, shape, or form. Petrosky, I think this is a fucking walk-off. This is, what are the odds here?
Plus 120 for Andre.
Plus 125. Yeah, all day. Plus 125, plus money. Thank you for helping my parlay. I appreciate this. Edmund, just fucking mail this shit in because you're not going anywhere.
He should go to PFL.
Yeah, that'd be great. But Edmund should really go to PFL. But
Right.
fucking Petrosky all day long.
All right, we're all in agreement there. Another plus money consensus pick for all of us.
Yeah. Strength of opponents, all the things.
Agreed.
Ugh.
All right, moving on. Co-main event. We got
See the fuck out of these ones. The next two, see the fuck out of them.
we got Thug Rose Namajunas minus 230 on DraftKings Sportsbook, taking on Miranda Fear the Maverick. She's at plus 190 is her comeback on DraftKings Sportsbook. Okay, Thug Rose is 13-7. Miranda Maverick is 15-5. This is it's somewhat pretty closely lined. I've been back and forth a little bit. I don't, female fights. Rose looks not as good. She's on is she washed out or she still got it in her? She didn't look so good today on her weigh-ins and face-offs. Something about her, just like, I don't know, got that resting bitch face, but it looks tired today. It's a tired bitch face, you know what I mean? Whereas in Miranda Maverick, she was smiling, free-flowing. She looked good. She looked strong. She looked healthy. I can't take this many underdogs, but this is another spot. Miranda Maverick's on 4-fight win streak, and Thug Rose is coming off a loss to Aaron Blanchfield. I know Miranda Maverick's last loss was to Jasmine Vicious. But I know Miranda Maverick also lost to Aaron Blanchfield, so you can't take nothing from that. But I just don't know. This female fight, flip a fucking coin. I don't know. I guess I'm Tapology. I suppose I'll pick Thug Rose. I'm not betting this at all. I so want to pick Miranda Maverick, though. I just can't take that many underdogs. Jesus, doesn't happen like that. Odds, it's ridiculous. But if I was going, you have to make a bet on this fight, I would take Maverick plus 3.5 points because I do believe it's going to go to decision, and I think Miranda Maverick might be able to edge out one of those rounds. Maybe even get a split. Maybe get a couple of judges to see it her way. Look at smiling, fill the pickle juice. She does the pickles, right? Is that the right one? Doesn't Miranda Maverick do the pickles? I think so. And Thug Rose does the Pat Barry.
Doesn't that?
Yeah.
Thug Rose does Pat Barry. Yes, Thug Rose does Pat Barry. 100%. They do each other.
Yep. So I don't know what to do here. What are you guys thinking? Steer me one way or the other. I want Miranda Maverick to win so bad, but I just can't. I can't put faith in her. You're on. You're up, Barry.
Me?
Yeah.
I'm ready. Tale of two lives right here. You know, Amanda Maverick, she's, had a good upbringing. She had a cool dad who bought houses and sold them and moved on. Bought another house and built it up, sold it, moved on.
Wait,
Rose,
really?
the opposite, basically Pat Barry's her dad, and that's her first father figure ever. And, she's a holy roller, but yet she's shacking up. Anyway, I don't even want to get into that. I used to be a Rose fan. Now I'm not. I do want to pick Maverick. I really do. But I have this knowledge of knowing that they train together and everybody knows that. So I feel like people must know that Rose got the better of Maverick in those training sessions because, it's not a secret. And I'm pretty sure word's gotten around and, and the line is what it is, not because Rose has been a champion as in the strawweight division and Maverick can't come and beat her and out grapple her and wrestle her because she obviously she's a little bit more stockier, more sturdier, more centered to the ground. Maybe that would be her path to victory. I feel like the line's that way because people know already that Rose has got her Maverick's number. You know what I mean? She's probably not going to knock her out. They probably had some close enough rounds. That's why Maverick knows she can just, celebrate and be, loose and carefree. And because she knows Rose isn't going to knock her out, but she knows she can't beat Rose and she looks up to Rose. And I got Rose. I'll probably put her in a parlay just so I could say I knew I was right.
I don't, just to freeze frame whole one. I'm looking at Instagram, Rose's Instagram, and she's practicing with what's her name? Jillian Robertson, it looks like. And Jillian Robertson is destroying her in wrestling, destroying her on her Instagram.
Good. Let's practice.
I know, but she was getting owned by Jillian Robertson. Miranda Maverick's got decent wrestling. I'm just saying, it's those. I don't know why she would put that up there unless she's trying to psych everybody out, and because she was getting totally controlled by Jillian Robertson.
It does bother me though. She lost to Carla Esparza. But then Carla might be able to beat Miranda too. I don't know. I got to go with Rose. I think she's going to keep it standing. She's the way better striker. Way better. It's not even close.
Yeah, I know she's way better striker. I think Miranda Maverick might have her on the wrestling.
Rose took that round against Manon Fiorot, round 3, pretty easily.
Yeah,
Manon
Fiorot's not a wrestler either. But I don't know. Dave, what are you thinking?
Oh, I think Miranda has somehow learned her lesson over the years. I think she's going to start fucking growing and realizing, first of all, Rose sucks. Rose sucks on all levels. We've known that for a long time. She might have the advantage strength. She does not have the advantage on the ground, even though Pat Barry is her fucking coach. Miranda's going to have the advantage wrestling. You know what? Even striking, Rose doesn't have enough power to fucking do anything. I really don't think she does. Miranda's got the experience. What?
She knocked out Wei Lee. Cold.
Nah, I don't care. Miranda's better than that. Miranda's got her comeback coming. She is going to be the face of this weight class at some point in time. Honestly, guys,
she's ready to take over Valentina's spot.
Hot news. So on April 12th, Miranda Maverick adopted a girl and named her Renegade Ramira Maverick. And it says March 22nd, we heard about you. April 12th, we were officially told we were chosen to be your parents. Please welcome our baby girl into the world, Renegade Ramira Maverick. Now, is this considered new baby thing? Like, you know how?
Yes.
Right.
100%.
Even though it's adopted, it's still their new baby.
Physical detriment of having a child.
So
yes, 100%.
That's cheating. That's cheating.
Yeah, it is. It's fucking wonderful. She doesn't have any of the fucking body issues.
Right. But she's got all the motivation to still be the mom power. She still wants to, still got to support
I am
this
so
kid.
hard on Miranda, which sounds really bad.
That doesn't makes me horny.
I know. I'm so hard on Miranda right now. Rose, I'm throwing Rose to the fucking side, to the ditch. Miranda all night long.
I'll tell you what, her training pictures look way better. Her Instagrams, if you didn't know these girls, you looked at Rose's Instagram, then you looked at Miranda Maverick's, you're going to want to take Miranda Maverick. Her Instagram is tough. Her Instagram,
Rose is going to put too much faith in God to lead her to the way. She's going to put too much faith in Pat Barry's skills, which are not that good. She's going to put too much faith in, you know what? I hope you, Rose, I hope you come peace with God once you lose this fight and you realize that you're really not that good and it's time to retire.
So, yeah, I'm taking Pickle Girl. I'm taking, look at, she's got one a week ago. I see Neil Magny. I feel like I see, looks like, no, it's definitely Neil Magny there. I don't know who the other, but the guy right next, that's probably her boyfriend or
I
something.
feel like she's going to knock out Miranda Maverick.
But anyway, yeah. Oh, Gerald wants to know who won Murder's Row last week. I didn't even check. I know I didn't.
Decent question. It's a good question.
That is a good question.
I did not.
I'll tell you who didn't. This guy. I didn't. Real news. Oh,
I'll
no.
bring it up right now. Oh,
no wonder he wanted everybody to see.
Oh, my God.
Congratulations, Gerald.
Oh, my.
Good job.
And MMA Jesus had to bounce back.
Oh, shit. Okay.
Look
Gerald.
Look at
Yo, my
Jesus
shirt.
football too.
Okay, Gerald, between Ranj, okay, we owe your shirt. DM me your info, and we will send you a
I'll
t-shirt.
send it. Where's he live?
because
Philippines? And
You fucking deserve it. We're all in on this on you, homie.
That's international. International.
Yeah, you might get it in September, but we'll definitely send it.
Yeah.
With tariffs now, who knows?
Yeah.
It's going to probably
send it
cost us
from
$100
Canada.
to send it
It'll
out
be
there.
better from Canada. It'll be cheaper from Canada because we know it's coming from China. So we'll send it from China to you. Dirty Reg, give me your fucking Gerald Lynch. Give me your DM me your fucking info.
Yeah, Gerald Lynch, direct message one of us on either Instagram or something. Yeah,
any of
direct
us,
message
and
us
we will all fucking hook you the fuck up.
We'll hook you up with a t-shirt.
Congrats.
Yeah. Shit, maybe I'll even throw in a hat, make a hat. Anyway,
I think you know what? This one should be a collaborative. He's gonna get more than one thing. We're gonna
seriously.
I'm down.
We're all down to pile on you, Reg.
Yeah, all ready for Elliot Taporia 2 weeks.
Gerald Lynch, we are all piling on fucking Gerald Lynch tonight.
Little man.
The three of us. We're all gonna pack it in.
So what's your pick on this? Are you're Miranda Maverick and Barry McCocken, or you're on Thug Rose?
Unfortunately, I gotta.
All right, that's fine. That's fine. We don't put girl fights in the thing anyway, but Miranda Maverick's looking so good on her Instagram. She's looking ready. Got the new baby. Absolutely. That's another. So many underdog spots here. I don't like it, but I like it at the same time. It's greedy, but it's risky at the same. I'm sweating them. I'm gonna sweat every fight because I'm taking all these underdogs. All right, finally, we got the main event. We got the return of the former champion Kamaru Usman taking on the hot Joaquin Buckley. Joaquin Buckley is streaking now. Looking unstoppable too. Looking fantastic. Fun news. I am exactly to the day 20 years older than Joaquin Buckley. Exactly to the day. April 27th. And he is 31. Right. I'm 51. Exactly to the day. Crazy. And he is exactly 20 years older than my daughter. Exactly to the day. Crazy. 20 years older than Nora. And I'm 20 years older than Joaquin Buckley. And Kamaru Usman's going to beat him.
World's a sexual place.
Okay. Kamaru. Okay. I'm going to explain why. Kamaru Usman, back 3 years ago, when he was beating Jorge Masvidal and Colby Covington, he was top of the world. Nobody could touch him. He goes to Leon Edwards. He's winning the entire fight until he gets head kicked. Okay, and since that head kick, it's been downhill. Had the rematch against Leon Edwards, but it went to majority decision. It wasn't like a blowout unanimous decision. I think one of the he won a couple. It was like 3 rounds to 2. That's how it played out. And then most recently, Khamzat Chimaev, majority decision. Once again, not unanimous decision, majority decision. So his past 3 losses, which everybody's he's all done, he's all washed out, almost 40 years old, 2 bad knees. Okay, Leon Edwards, and Khamzat Chimaev. That's not. I think they would all do just perfectly fine against Joaquin Buckley as well. I'm just saying. I'm not saying they would all beat him. I mean, all. It's Leon Edwards and Khamzat Chimaev. I think they probably both would though. Anyway, Joaquin Buckley though, geez, his last 5: Alex Morono, Vicente Luque, Stephen Wonderboy Thompson, Colby Covington, and the thing was, aside from Alex Morono, all knockouts. Alex Morono was unanimous decision. Luque, knockout. Ruzaboyev, unanimous decision. Okay, I was wrong. Stephen Thompson, though, knockout. He's not easy to knock out. Colby Covington, knockout. Doctor stoppage, cut above the eye. So it is what it is. But this case, you can't take. I can't. Kamaru Usman's plus 225, and he came out with Francis Ngannou. What's that mean? Nothing. But still, it looks cool. He came out, he did the walkout he did the face-offs, and Francis Ngannou was back behind him. He had his face colored like, the Nigerian flag, which is pretty awesome. And he's a little bit bigger, not girthier, but like a little, you'll see the height difference. Look at Joaquin Buckley. Joaquin Buckley's, there's confidence and then there's overconfidence. I think he's a little too confident. He's overlooking Kamaru because Kamaru's got 3 losses in a row. And I think the world is overlooking Kamaru Usman for real. He should be a underdog, maybe plus 160, not plus 225. And what's real? Plus 220, not plus 220. Look at Francis. Awesome. Oh yeah. Got the face paint on. He looks good. I gotta check out his Instagram. I want to see who he's been rolling around with and stuff. And don't forget, man, he was the man. He was, he was. Okay, let's see. Instagram. What is he in a movie? Looks like it. Okay, we got face-offs. Here's a training. What are you reading, Dave?
I'm wondering. Okay, so the only thing with Kamaru is that his issues were his knees.
Yeah, 2 bad knees. 2 bad knees.
And I'm wondering if he's had knee surgery since his last fight.
I don't know. I know in this he's got Instagram training video on from 1 day ago. He's got both his knees covered. Got the knee pad thing guards on, whatever. But yeah, I can't. I'm on the Usman side. I don't get me wrong. Buckley is the hotter on the hotter streak, obviously, and he's, everything's looking his way. But I don't know. I don't think Usman's completely washed yet. I think he's got enough in him to get another victory here. And as I mentioned, Khamzat Chimaev and Leon Edwards are not horrible losses to have as your only losses, pretty much. Jesus. So Yeah, I'm gonna go with another freaking underdog, but I'm gonna bet him at plus 5.5, plus 5.5 points. So all he's got to do is win a round on the judges. And remember, against Leon Edwards and against Kamaru Usman or Khamzat Chimaev, both majority decisions. So both of those would have cashed in if you took the plus points, because it went to majority decision, not unanimous. That's the only way you don't cash in, if you get finished or it's unanimous decision. If you get majority or split decision, you win. So yeah, my pick and bet is going to be on the plus 220 former champ Kamaru Usman. What do you guys think about this? I'm already getting people want to bet t-shirts and stuff. Cody for that plus money. Yeah, I got two Codys, Garbrandt and Durden. But anyway, it's your turn. Barry, Dave.
So, some of those victories, like, they weren't really that convincing to me. I know that sounds crazy. Like, Buckley kind of had like a downhill skid right after he knocked out that dude with what was that? Sodiq Yusuf, was it? After he knocked him out with that amazing highlight reel kick.
No,
Whoever
that was Odie Osborne, right?
No.
Who was
I think it was Sodiq Yusuf, wasn't it?
Let's look. It wasn't Sodiq Yusuf.
Sodiq's too small.
The jumping, spinning back kick thing, right?
Yeah. Well, ever since then, yeah. Well, after that, I remember like he didn't.
Impa Kasangane.
Same thing.
You're so racist. All three of them look the same. But anyway, go ahead.
So, I remember he like lost the next fight. Didn't look as impressive, and people were talking about maybe he was trying to go for another highlight. But
Joaquin Buckley right there, I couldn't even understand what the hell he was saying. Yeah, but he acting like he gonna win this thing. I was like, what the? I had to play it back to understand. I had to translate from Southern Ebonics to understand what he had to say, what he was saying right there.
Yeah, Urban Dictionary.
Yeah.
So
and it was still, yeah. Go ahead.
All I'm saying is Joaquin Buckley, regardless if he's on the upswing right now, he's been knocked out 4 times. And to me, I don't know, that just seems like kind of a lot. And 4 out of his 6 losses are KOs. And so he's just been, kind of chinny here and there. And Kamaru Usman, I know he's a wrestler, but he packs a punch. But it's going to be very interesting to see how he looks after being gone for 2 years. That could be a positive. That could give his body time to heal. Maybe, I was looking at how he came up the stairs today. And for the fact that he kind of jogged up the stairs, he had a pep in his step, and he didn't get finished. He did not get finished by Khamzat Chimaev. And you're talking about a guy with bad knees who's had double hernia surgeries, and he still didn't get finished. He's a tough SOB. So maybe that 2 years helped him. And they did have a common opponent in Colby Covington. And Kamaru Usman beat Colby Covington a couple times, and it was more convincing than the win that Joaquin Buckley had over Covington. I mean, I don't think he knocked out.
It was a doctor stoppage with Buckley because Colby got a cut above his eye in round 3.
Oh, that's right. But he started kind of like coming back, right? A little bit.
Yeah, he didn't want to stop, of course, but the blood was too much.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Yeah. So. I mean, don't get me wrong. The age gap is the biggest thing that scares me. Obviously, if this is prime Usman, everyone's going to have Usman, and the line's going to be in favor of Usman. And this is the only way you're going to get Usman Buckley with this line is because it's at this time when Usman's 38 years old. But he's had 2 years off. And it could be a positive. It could be a negative. It could be both.
Mythical Owl says Buckley's fought 4 to 5 times since Usman's last fight.
And that could be a negative too. That look at Israel Adesanya. So you look at I'm gonna take Usman for the plus money. I'm definitely I'm thinking about maybe him with Petrosky is what I'll do. And
the wrestler parlay.
Yeah, the wrestler. There we go.
That is a good
Yeah.
one.
So
I'm telling you, there's a couple wrestlers on here I'm taking.
And then if that, Petrosky lets me down again, like what's your Paul Bear joke? If Petrosky lets me down again, he could be my Paul Bear or whatever. But
So be my Paul Bear. Let me down one more time.
let me down one more time. I'll go ahead and take Usman on the money line just to make sure I lose my ass or maybe scratch some money back. But I got Usman as my Tapology pick. Honestly,
oh boy, me too.
Yeah.
Dave.
Okay, so you guys are gonna get mad at me on this one.
I never get mad at you.
This is a main event, right? So Joaquin Buckley, main events, 5-round fights. He's had Colby Covington was a 5-round fight back in 2024, which he did not go 5 rounds because it was stopped in round 3 of 5. Before that, Stephen Thompson was round 3, which was a 3-round fight. Before that, all 3-round fights. Correct?
You're correct. I don't see anything going past 3 rounds.
Okay, so he's never gone past 3 rounds. Kamaru Usman, a veteran, a 5-round main event veteran who trains for 5 rounds fights, who has been training for 5 rounds fights for the last fucking decade, as far as I'm fucking concerned. Who has made 5-round fights? Let me see. Kazmat Chimaev, was that okay? That might have been a 3-round fight. Hang on a second. Let me go back. I think that was a 3-round fight because Kazmat was didn't want to go into fucking those deep rounds. Yeah, you're right. Okay, so Kazmat was 3 of 5. I'm sorry, he was a 5-round fight. Leon Edwards, 5-round fight. Leon Edwards, 5-round fight. Colby Covington, that was a fucking 5-round fight too, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, 5-round fight, main event, 5 of 5. Jorge Masvidal, round 2, but that was also a 5-round fight. Gilbert Burns, that was a 5-round fight as well. This motherfucker is a 5-round as round 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. This will be his 7th 5-round fight. Wait a second. It might have been. No, I'm sorry. 8th, 9th. Okay. This guy fights 5-round fights. Joaquin Buckley has fought 1-5. The experience level here is ridiculous. I get it. Gerald Lynch is like, knees. He's been able to fucking rehab his knees. His knees have never been an issue in his previous fights, regardless. He is a monster and puts the pain out of his mind and just deals with the pain of his knees not working. 5-round experience against Joaquin Buckley. You're talking about, I'm sorry, Kamaru will be in the Hall of Fame as far as the UFC is concerned. And you give me what odds? The odds you're giving me are plus 225 against a 5-round legend. Knees or no knees, I don't give a fuck. All day long. If you want me to go to the stats real quick, here, let's hit some stats real quick. If you guys want to hit some main event stats.
Sure.
Kamaru Usman, strike time per minute, 4.36 versus 4.22. Volume goes to Kamaru. Strike absorb, 2.74 versus 3.13. Oh, defense goes to Kamaru. On the ground, takedown average, 2.82 versus 1.78. Oh, on the ground, Kamaru's got. And okay, let's look at the repertoire of opponents that Kamaru has fought compared to Joaquin Buckley. He beats him in the stats. He beats him in the fucking experience. He beats him in the cardio. He beats him. I don't care if he's older. I don't give a fuck. He's just a better fighter in all ways, hands down. I have never been this strong on a main event in my life.
Wow.
All
I like it.
Long. I'm done.
I like it. Yeah.
That was a good rant.
I'm looking at New Mansa. I'm looking at Buckley's Instagram. He's got he's playing touch butt in the park. Got some resistant band training going on with. Yeah, but otherwise, just trying to sell T-shirts, man.
I'm just saying. I put my opinion out there. I put my argument out there. You guys can agree, disagree.
We all agree. Well, the chat doesn't.
I'm going
but
tomorrow on this one.
Me and Barry, we agree.
Yeah, and Mythical Owl is, he
wants
says
a
go ahead.
T-shirt. He wants a T-shirt by all of us.
Yeah.
But last time I T-shirt betted anybody in the chat, they got mad and didn't pay me, and then they stopped watching. So I don't T-shirt bet the chat anymore. Her name was Mbe. But anyway, you guys remember. Touch butt. Come on. It's a joke.
Owl, I'll T-shirt bet you. I'll do it.
There you go.
I don't do main event bets, but this one I'll do.
Let me share real quick.
Need to grab some water, guys.
All yours.
Go ahead.
I'm done showing. I've done all my work tonight.
Yeah, right here. Here, touch butt in the park with the resistance band under the crotch. There you go. Anyway, whatever. So now we have to go through and find our 3-leg parlay for the show, and then maybe a niche parlay or something. So starting from the back, or starting from the beginning, we're all on Jamie Lynn Horth, but no girls in the parlay. Dave is on Phil Rowe, whereas
no, I'm not. No, I'm not.
Oh,
I was just
trolling. Okay, so we're all on Angelusa.
Yeah,
he's minus 155, possibly. We're on Ricky Simone, but he's too chalky, so he's not happening. Okay, we're all nope. Who did you? Oh, yeah, me and you are on Cody Durden, but Real Fight Picks, Barry, whatever you want to call him, is on Jose Ochoa. So there's that, and he's that would have been a nice underdog play. We're all on Malcolm Wellmaker, but that's stupid. Minus 2,100. That's why even have that fight? Stupid. Get better matchmaking for that one, really. Okay, I like Court McGee. You guys both like Michael commentator Chiesa. We're all on Rodolfo Bellato, but I really don't trust it, especially minus 410. Too chalky anyway. We're all on Umar Sy, whatever. He's too chalky as well, minus 675. We're all on Mansour Abdul Malik, also too chalky at minus 800. So much chalk on this card. Okay, then running slim. Okay, we're all on Cody Garbrandt. He's plus money. He's plus 210. That might have to be a play. We're all on Andre Petrosky, plus 120. That's a better play. Real Fight Picks likes Rose Namajunas. Me and you both like Miranda Maverick. And we're all on Kamaru, but we don't put main events in our 3-leg. So it looks like we've got Petrosky, Garbrandt, and who was the last one that? Angelusa. Looks like that's our 3-legger.
Damn. I'm going to play that.
Sorry, run that one more time.
All right, I got to put it in too. So
the reason it's like this, though, is because of how crazy the lines are. The only other thing we could do,
I guess I won my basketball bet.
Congrats. Wow, what was the score?
Pacers. I don't know, but my bankroll just went up. So Pacers won for sure. I don't know what the final score was.
SGA, dude. He was supposed to be the face, and he still probably will be, but man, this is gonna kind of be a setback for that guy. He was, he's the face of the NBA now.
Well, I know Pacers won. Anyway, back to the UFC here. So, what we said, Angelusa. Oh, I got to re-log in. We said Angelusa, Cody Garbrandt, Andre Petrosky. Dave, what's it run on yours?
Andre Bertosky, Cody Garbrandt, and Lusa. Let me see where we're at with Lusa. Where is he? Where are you, Lusa? There you are. Wow. Are you fucking kidding me?
Where we at? Holy shit! Plus 1,063 on mine. Woo.
That's just what I was just about to say. Are you fucking kidding me? Yeah, that comes out to plus 1,017.
Yeah, I'm placing it. Let's hear. A few of my bets. Nice one. I like it. 3-pick parlay. Copy. His wrestling. You're telling me his wrestling keep up with Usman's weak knees? Yes, can't keep up with Usman's weak knees.
Yeah, 100%. 100%. I say Usman's wrestling is way above and beyond.
Yeah, definitely. Usman's
he's better in all aspects.
Buckley don't. Where's he wrestle at? Fit happens.
Usman Bucky doesn't have a chance in this fight.
Who was last week?
No way.
Who's last week's bum that we all picked that last week that I found out after he worked, he was training at Fit Happens or something. It was oh man, where's my
Patchy Mix? I don't know.
Not Patchy Mix. He sucks too though. It was hold on, I got it right here. But I was like, what the hell, bum? What the bum?
Chaos Williams?
Yes, Kalen Williams. Yes, Chaos Williams. Turns out he spent his whole camp at like a Fit Happens or something stupid or Planet Fitness. I heard that Planet Fitness. I'm like, what? Now you're telling me this news? Anyway, paste. Okay, so here's our plus money junkie parlay. 3 picks plus 1,063. Andre Petrosky, Cody Garbrandt, Angelusa. There it is. Plus money junkie parlay. Lock it in. That's for the show.
Damn.
Yeah. And I might do I'm gonna do a parlay with just the 2 Codys because we got Garbrandt and Durden. I like both them.
Yeah.
Durden, not Brundage, not that Cody.
Two out of 3 Codys.
2 out of the 3 Codys is right. And maybe I'll throw in a nobody else. Rick, no, I can't. There's so much chalk on this card. It's disgusting.
There's chalk fest.
Unless you can take minus 3.5, meaning you expect them to finish or unanimous decision win.
Don't do it.
I'm not
We
gonna.
won like that last week.
I know we did, but I'm gonna just doing this 2-leg. The Cody Durden, Cody Garbrandt is plus 687.
That's a good one. I like that one.
Plus 680. Just 2
The
fighters.
2 Codys are good. Do it. I'm doing it too later on.
I would do that with Malik Abdul, Bellotto, and Wellmaker.
What, the minus 3.5?
Yeah.
I might still do that.
All right,
Jamie
hit me up on Instagram for that
can't do that.
t-shirt bet. I'm all over that t-shirt bet for you. I don't usually bet on main events, but this is I'm comfortable on this one.
Wellmaker, Bellotto, and Abdul Malik.
I don't like. Yeah.
Because I don't see Paul Craig winning a round, bro. I don't see it. He can
Okay,
get more
here's the
points.
two Cody's parlay.
Oh, that's
Plus
not bad.
687. Just two guys. Now we can do. I'll do the minus or the minus threes. So who's the knockout? Who's the big? Okay, I think Ricky Simon will get a finish or unanimous, right? Malcolm Wellmaker, he's minus 1,000 still with the minus 3.5.
Oh, really?
Yeah, can't do it.
Okay.
Who else? Rodolfo Bellotto, minus 250. That's still chalk too. Jesus. Who's the other? Oh, Omar Side, minus 320.
What about
Forget
Abdul
it. I
Malik?
can't do it. I'm not going to do it. They're
What
all
about
still Mansur Abdul Malik at minus 3.5 is minus 575. It's still super chalky. I'm staying away from all that crap. Anyway, I got my bets in. It's after midnight. I gotta, it happens. Clock runs down. So but yeah. I appreciate it, guys. Good luck tomorrow. We'll be in touch on this. And then what next week is Ilya Tapuria? Is that next week?
I think that's in 2 weeks. I got it next week right here. Upcoming next week is going to be June. That's Roundtree and Jamal Hill.
Ooh, good one. Good one. That's a good one. All right, guys. I got to put my Tapology picks in. I got to go drop a deuce. But yeah, I appreciate you guys. Appreciate the chat. And catch you on the next round. Right?
Sounds good.
All right. Later, guys.
Good luck, everybody.